This is genuinely insane for the Boston Celtics, as trade rumors are starting to intensify that are getting more wild by the day, with fans panicking for some reason about Jayson Tatum's injury. Jaylen Brown's name continues to be a big talking point in trade rumors, with one recently coming out involving Kevin Durant of the Phoenix Suns. We have to dive into this trade report, what it means for this offseason with the Celtics, with how they must feel hearing their names in these trade reports like this, and the implications moving forward, including looking at Durant's contract, but more importantly, the Boston Celtics payroll going forward. I know you guys are fired up about this. I am too. We got to talk about all of this on this episode of Celtics Digest. And you know what? Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this here. And in an article by Caleb Hightower, I'll link it down below. Leave the article some love that it deserves, and I'll link this and the original source from Clutch Points down below. But it straight up says Celtics predicted to ditch Jaylen Brown for $194 million, 15-time All-Star forward. Yeah, we know it's Kevin Durant that they're talking about. And to dive into the actual quote from the original Clutch Points article, comes from Spencer C. Said Durant would be an enticing option to exchange for Brown. While older and a step slower now, the Sun star still dangerous enough to keep defenses on their toes, and he'd be interested to see him with Tatum. They're both elite scorers, surrounded by lethal depth. Won't be surprising if Boston maintains their contender status if it decides to part ways with Brown. And I'm just saying, why are we talking about this? The Celtics just won a championship with Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Fans are starting to panic now. They see Tatum with an injury. Oh no, like, you know, Durant and Tatum could be good, but maybe we need a guy like Durant who's more consistent than Jaylen Brown, who has a better point per game average. This is nuts. Like, the fact that we are on, like, look, I know as the recording of this video, we play the Magic tonight. Maybe you're watching this before, maybe you're watching this after. I don't know. Regardless, game one there was a clear winner, despite the pretty brutal fall there by Jayson Tatum. I wasn't a big fan of that, but we're not going to talk about that here in this video. But regardless, like, Kevin Durant is great. He's an awesome player. Why on earth would you trade Jaylen Brown, who honestly, in a lot of ways, contributes more than Durant, especially on the defensive end? Durant's a step slower. Durant's 8 years older, over 8 years older. He averages fewer assists per game. Yes, his efficiency is higher. There's no doubt about that. We know Jaylen Brown's not the most efficient player in the world, but he shows up when it matters, and he's incredible on both ends of the floor when he needs to be. Look, I still see some fans always saying how we need to build around Brown, not Tatum. I'm not one of those people either. I'm watching Jayson Tatum play. I don't get why people don't like him more than they do. I don't get it. I know a lot of you are probably in the same boat, but I think we all have to agree that regardless, this is a crazy trade here. The official proposal here is just a straight up swap, and it originates from Ben Rohrbach of Yahoo, who proposed they just do a straight up swap. Now, we look back to 2022. The Nets rejected the Celtics when we were talking about a Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant type deal. But times were different then, and times are different now. Again, this injury to Jayson Tatum, even though he's a game-time decision for this Magic game, you might know if he plays or not by the time you watch this. That's kind of irrelevant to this discussion. But I think this has spurred a lot of fans to look at, oh my gosh, like, what if he's down? Like, what's going to happen? The Celtics have depth for a reason. I don't know. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills reading some of these talks here. Like, I don't see any world where trading Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant improves the long-term outlook for this team, because Jaylen Brown is going to continue to be an all-star, all-NBA level player for years to come. Yes, this year he didn't average 25 points a game, whatever. We're going to see what he's going to be able to contribute throughout this whole playoff run, and dang well he's going to show up when he needs to show up. That's what we know about Jaylen Brown. But even looking at the contracts, right? Like, yeah, objectively, the money's pretty much a swap here. Like, talking $54.7 million for Durant next year, and Jaylen Brown's contract is very similar. At the time, the richest extension in NBA history that everyone said was a ripoff. No, Jaylen Brown is an awesome player, and again, as the cap continues to rise with these bigger media deals, that's just going to look better and better. Is it ever going to be an absolute steal of a contract? Probably not, but I don't think it's ever going to be a horrible contract, and right now, I would say it isn't, but yeah, maybe some of you disagree as well. I just think Jaylen Brown's quite good. But look, we got 1 year left to Durant, so even if for some reason the Celtics said, let's just go all in again next year and get rid of Jaylen Brown, who just signed his big extension, well, I guess last year, the extension is currently on the go right now. We can talk more about Jayson Tatum's extension, right, which only officially kicks in next year, which also bumps our salary cap up $20 million, which adds some other problems, but whatever. I mean, if we're looking at the Celtics salary situation for next year, Brown for Durant only gives a $1.4 million difference. You can fill that salary somewhere else. It's not a big deal, but the Celtics are on the hook for a $225.5 million payroll next year when you include Kristaps, and still 207 the year after that without Kristaps re-signed. So, there's a lot of things that'll have to go right for the Celtics. Again, second apron type team, and you won't be able to bring in certain players after buyouts. Like, the problem with the Celtics is there's going to be a lot less flexibility, but the importance that we all know is that we got Jrue Holiday next year, we got Jayson Tatum next year, we got Jaylen Brown next year, Porziņģis, Derrick White for 3 more years, right? Peyton Pritchard on what is going to be, if not already, one of the best contracts in the entire NBA, not to mention the emergence of Baylor Shireman late in this last season, Demas Keita, who we all still love, and even Sam Hauser. He's going to be worth way more than that $10 million. So the Celtics are getting a lot of value out of these lower guys, but their elite depth is what makes them a great team. If you, let's say this year, let's say we just took Kevin Durant and put him in for Jaylen Brown. Would that make us a better team right now? Give us a better chance at a championship if Durant played every game in the playoffs? Maybe, probably, right? But again, I don't think you need it. I think you have so much depth that you don't need the little bit of a higher end scoring that Durant gives you. Durant and Tatum would be awesome. But again, when we're looking at this type of trade proposal, I just genuinely don't see how it actually makes the Celtics any more of a threat, especially for years to come. You add a 1 year of a player for 4 years of Jaylen Brown, right? You got 53, 57, 61, 64 million, of course, for the next 4 years after this. And then you got Tatum for 5 years. It's like, why would you just do that for 1 year? And then you have Porziņģis and Durant both coming off the books at the same time, which just handcuffs you salary-wise, because we have Jaylen Brown and of course we got bird rights, we got all that stuff with these guys. It just makes a mess in terms of the salary cap. It's insane to me that the Celtics can be, an unbelievable championship team. You come in now and you're one of the favorites to win the championship again. And we have people out there talking about, let's trade Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant. I don't know if I trust Jaylen Brown long term. I guess it frees up a bit of money and you're not committed to Jaylen Brown for that whole time, but why would you not be? You have multiple superstars in the middle of their prime with a bunch of star role players on reasonable contracts, and you have the even better, well, not even better role players, star role players on reasonable contracts. I'm talking Derrick White and Jrue Holiday, who are borderline all-star players on their own, but that's what a role player is for the Boston Celtics. Same thing with Porziņģis. It's insane. And then you got guys like Pritchard and Hauser at the end of the bench. They're making like $18 million combined, and then Baylor Shireman on the rookie scale deal. It's like, there's no reason to mess with what's working. There is no reason to go out and make this kind of move when you have a team that can compete. You have all the pieces that you need. The defense is incredible. The offense is incredible. Are there downsides sometimes? Sure. But it's genuinely insane to me that we're talking about this. I want to hear your guys' opinion. I think you're all sharing that same opinion as me. I'm baffled by this stuff. I'm ready to just watch the Celtics win some basketball, win another banner. Banner 19. Let's go get it. I want to feel a lot of love from you fans down below, but let me know your thoughts on everything, because that'll do it for this episode of Celtics Digest. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and hey, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We have some big goals with this channel. We want to hit 10,000 subs and well beyond, and if you enjoyed this, hit it down below. It's completely free, and statistically, a lot of you guys haven't actually hit it yet, so do us a favor. If you like this, click it right now. I've been your host, Josh Gosse, and I'll catch you in the next one.